maybe I don't have it anymore. Mike, you want to take first crack at what that meant to you?
On one level, we have a guy who openly talked about retirement after last season, and then to hear a player say that, I mean, Heath would be able to shed some light on that more as a player. That, to me, sounds like someone who it's hard to invest in this game, and you have to be all in. I'll just give this caveat before I turn it over to Heath. Ben likes the drama, and sometimes when Ben's really hurt and is about to tough it out and do something epic, he doesn't mind playing up the storyline a little bit for dramatic purposes. So knowing Ben, he'll probably go out and beat the Chiefs, Heath.
Maybe. He's going to need a lot of help because it's not all on him. And honestly, we'll start at the defense. Last year, this defense was good. They pressured a lot of people. They forced a lot of mental mistakes from other offenses. That's not there a lot. The run game, you could always count on that. As long as Lev Bell, you got Mike Munchak, probably maybe the second, third best O-line coach in this business. Everywhere he's ever been as an O-line coach, they dominate. Lev Bell, hands down. Now DJ's hurt out in Arizona. He's the best back in the business all the way around. Can't get that going consistently. There is pass protection issues. Some of the running backs yesterday, I'll show you in a minute, weren't picking up blitzes. But there is Big Ben, those 5 interceptions, you could have had a 14-point swing on a couple of those. I mean, take away the pick sixes, but his eyes lied to him a whole bunch yesterday. And those things, they've somewhat always been an issue for him.
Steve, that just looked like a little bit of frustration to you after the game? Maybe
I think a lot of people are reading a little too much into this because he does, he does seem detached from a lot of things. We saw how much he talked about the anthem situation well into the week, the Antonio Brown situation well into the week. But I spoke with somebody from the organization this morning, and they basically said, look, Ben was absolutely frustrated. He had a 5-interception game, and his team got housed by the Jaguars. So he was probably anticipating some of the things that are going to be said and written about him. Okay, so, maybe I don't have it anymore, this and that. So he was kind of feeding into that. I don't think he was necessarily scheming into the drama.
I think he was trying to take responsibility to his credit.
Definitely sounded that way.
He very clearly said, it's on me, nobody else, and that's leadership.
So what does the tape tell you about the 5-interception performance? Does he not have it anymore or what?
I mean, listen, the tape's not pretty, and so there's 5. And normally I get 3 plays, but there was 5 interceptions. So I'm going to show you 5. Here's the only 5-man pressure. Now, James Conner, you got to pick up Paul P. This is just your job. I mean, he shouldn't be under pressure. They only brought 5, and then that throw, Jalen Ramsey, you're a beast, all right? Let's just call a spade a spade. 4-man, all right? Here's Telvin Smith. I mean, Big Ben, where are your eyes, buddy? So we can say Jones kind of bats a little bit. This ball was going to get picked off either way, and so your eyes always got to tell you what the heck you're doing. Here's the third one, another 4-man protection. Not horrible because AB spoils us. AB normally makes this. Well, Ramsey says, I'm a freak of nature. Let me just bat this to Barry Church. Barry Church says, thank you. Again, I mean, it's not atrocious.
Take me to church.
Exactly. And then this one, listen, you got Deshaun Gibson. It's a too high. Juju falls down, but you see your too high safety. The read is know your personnel. You got Bryant outside man-to-man on the streak. I mean, go hit him. This one, Ben, there was a 4-man pressure. And my biggest problem with this is Big Ben became Big Ben by knowing a situation. Oh, you're only going to rush 4? I'm not under pressure. I'm going to bail out of this. I'm going to extend the play so I don't have to, fish the ball into this picket fence sitting there at the goal line. We just didn't see any of that creativity yesterday. And his eyes are telling him lies too often. Yeah. And then the predetermined, where's 84? I get it, and I know why. But when you see predetermined 84 and you got Smith standing right in front of you, you got to come off it and move somewhere else, and he just doesn't.
He's still a good football team. They have not put it together. I mean,
that's an understatement.
Just every facet has been disjointed. Okay, so I'm not saying, this is hopeless. They're going to end up putting this together. I don't think this is something that's going to be continued, but Ben has not been off to a good start. But I think the way the offense has been disjointed on so many different levels, it's all factoring into one another. They've got to figure some things out.
Started first 3 games, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception. Last 2, just 1 TD with the 6 picks.
Your future Hall of Fame quarterback is saying out loud, maybe I don't have it anymore. Perhaps for effect, perhaps by design. But I'm concerned until I see him be the real Big Ben.
When you call out AB when it's not necessary, I expect you to go out and play well. Cam created a firestorm with his own poor conversation and then went out and proved the world, hey, I'm going to put this to bed by playing well. Big Ben needed to do the same. He did the exact opposite.